Have you ever started your day feeling like you're already behind before you've even gotten out of bed? Your phone is lighting up with alerts, your mind is racing through responsibilities, and the weight of the day seems to arrive before you do. Now picture something different. Imagine waking up to a sense of stillness so pure and refreshing that it feels as though life has handed you a brand new beginning, untouched by yesterday's mistakes, worries, or stress. According to Buddhist wisdom, the early moments of the morning are far more than just the start of another day. They are a powerful threshold, a sacred opportunity to shape the quality of everything that follows. There is a timeless belief that when you learn to guide your mornings with intention, you gain greater control over your thoughts. And when your thoughts become disciplined, your entire life begins to transform. Take a moment to consider that idea. When your day begins with confusion, pressure, and distraction, those feelings often follow you from one moment to the next. But when you begin with peace, awareness, and clarity, that inner balance quietly influences every decision, conversation, and challenge you encounter. For generations, Buddhist monks have greeted the sunrise not simply to wake up early, but to connect with a deeper state of awareness before the distractions of daily life take over. They understand a simple truth. The way you begin your day often determines the way you experience your life. Today, you'll discover 7 meaningful morning practices inspired by ancient Buddhist teachings. While these habits are remarkably simple, they possess the ability to reshape not only the way you start your mornings, but also the way you experience each day as a whole. Stay with me until the end, because these practices may open the door to greater focus, lasting calm, and a deeper sense of inner resilience. And there's an additional practice waiting for you at the end, one that many people overlook, even after years of spiritual study. Yet, it has the potential to turn every sunrise into an opportunity for profound awakening. Let's begin with the very first practice. Lesson 1. Welcome the day through conscious breathing before your eyes fully open. There is a brief and precious space between sleep and activity. In that quiet interval, your mind has not yet become crowded with obligations, memories, or concerns. Buddhist teachings regard this moment as deeply valuable, a chance to reconnect with your authentic self before the outside world begins demanding your attention. Imagine tomorrow morning unfolding differently. Instead of reaching for your phone or instantly thinking about everything you need to do, you pause. You bring your attention to your breathing. Notice the air entering your body. Feel your chest gently rise. Sense the breath moving through you and then softly leaving again. This isn't merely a physical process. It is a reminder that you are alive, present, and beginning anew. There is a well-known Zen story about a student who once asked his teacher, "What is the secret to lasting peace?" The teacher answered, "Each morning, before your thoughts take hold, breathe deeply 3 times as if you are experiencing life for the very first time." Initially, the student found the advice too simple to understand. Yet over time, as he practiced it faithfully, he noticed a remarkable change. His mind became steadier. Even during demanding days, he felt less overwhelmed and more centered. Those 3 mindful breaths became a source of strength whenever life felt chaotic. In today's fast-paced world, many people lose this valuable moment. We wake up and immediately immerse ourselves in messages, headlines, responsibilities, and distractions. Buddhist practice teaches something different. It teaches that the breath is an anchor, a reliable point of stability that brings us back to the present moment, the only place where genuine peace can truly be found. Here's a simple way to practice. The moment you wake up, remain where you are. You can stay lying down or sit comfortably in bed. Gently close your eyes and take 3 slow intentional breaths, Notice the cool sensation of the air as it enters your body. Feel your lungs expand. Allow your belly to rise naturally. Then, slowly release the breath and feel your body soften as you breathe in. Silently repeat, "I welcome this day with calm." As you breathe out, silently repeat, "I let go of all tension." This small ritual may only take a few moments, but it creates a powerful foundation for the hours ahead. Rather than allowing your mind to be pulled in every direction, you begin the day grounded, focused, and present. Consider the experience of Daniel. Every morning, he woke up feeling pressured and overwhelmed. Before he even stepped out of bed, his thoughts were already consumed by responsibilities and expectations. Stress became his default starting point. When he committed to beginning each morning with 3 mindful breaths, however, a subtle but important transformation occurred. He felt more centered. His mind became clearer. The demands of life did not disappear, but his relationship with them changed. Instead of reacting with anxiety, he responded with steady focus and confidence. Over time, that simple habit influenced far more than his mornings. It began to shape the way he approached his entire life. Within Buddhist philosophy, the breath is often viewed as your most dependable companion. It asks for nothing, yet continually offers awareness, presence, and peace. When you begin your day connected to that quiet source of strength, you carry it with you into every interaction, every challenge, and every opportunity. So tomorrow morning, before you get up, before you check your phone, before you allow your mind to rush ahead, pause for a moment and breathe. Breathe as though each inhale is welcoming a new beginning. Breathe as though the morning itself is flowing through you. Because within those simple breaths lies a powerful reminder. Every day offers another chance to start again. Lesson 2. Illuminate your morning with gratitude. Once you have grounded yourself through mindful breathing, the next step is to nurture a heart of gratitude. In Buddhist teachings, gratitude is not something reserved only for extraordinary moments or major achievements. It is a daily practice, a way of seeing the world that transforms ordinary experiences into meaningful blessings. It is a perspective that allows you to move through life with greater appreciation, contentment, and openness. Rather than focusing on what is missing, gratitude invites you to recognize what is already present. It shifts your attention from lack to abundance, from frustration to appreciation, and from restlessness to peace. When gratitude becomes part of your morning, it changes the emotional tone of your entire day. Instead of beginning with complaints or worries, you begin with awareness of the countless gifts that already surround you. And from that place, true inner peace can begin to grow. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow morning with a completely different mindset. Instead of immediately focusing on worries, unfinished tasks, or things you wish were different, imagine directing your attention toward the blessings already present in your life, the comfort of your bed, the peaceful silence of the early hours, the simple fact that your heart continues to beat and carry you into a new day. A timeless Buddhist tale speaks of a student who approached the Buddha and confessed, "Teacher, my life contains everything I thought I needed, yet I still feel incomplete inside." The Buddha listened carefully and replied, "The source of your emptiness is not the absence of something. It is your inability to recognize what is already here. Every morning, acknowledge 3 gifts that exist in your life. In time, you will discover that your heart was never truly lacking." This teaching reveals a profound truth. Gratitude is far more than a pleasant emotion. It is a powerful mental practice that redirects your attention away from dissatisfaction and toward fulfillment. It helps transform a mindset of lack into a mindset of abundance. When appreciation becomes the foundation of your morning, You create emotional stability that can support you through life's inevitable challenges. A simple way to begin is immediately after your mindful breathing practice. Remain comfortably seated or continue resting quietly. Close your eyes and think of 3 things for which you are genuinely grateful. These blessings don't need to be extraordinary. They can be wonderfully simple. Perhaps you're thankful for the peaceful stillness before the day begins. Maybe you appreciate a meaningful conversation from the previous day. Or perhaps you're grateful for the opportunity to experience another sunrise and another chance to grow. To strengthen the impact of this practice, consider keeping a small notebook beside your bed. Write down those 3 blessings every morning. Putting gratitude onto paper gives it greater permanence. What begins as a passing thought becomes a meaningful intention planted deep within your awareness, continuing to influence your mindset throughout the day. Interestingly, modern research supports what Buddhist teachings have emphasized for centuries. Regular gratitude practices have been linked to improved sleep quality, reduced stress levels, and greater emotional well-being. Every grateful reflection acts like a small light, illuminating your mind and replacing tension with clarity and warmth. Take Emma as an example. She used to begin each day feeling overwhelmed by deadlines, responsibilities, and uncertainty. Before she even got out of bed, her thoughts would race toward everything that could go wrong. One day, she decided to change a single habit. Before checking messages or thinking about work, she would pause and identify 3 things she appreciated. At first, the exercise felt unnatural. Yet as the days passed, something remarkable happened. Her attention gradually shifted. Instead of obsessing over what was absent from her life, she became more aware of the blessings that had always been present. This new perspective gave her greater emotional strength and a renewed sense of optimism, even during difficult periods. Within Buddhist philosophy, gratitude is closely connected to the understanding that everything in life is temporary. Nothing remains forever, not joy, not hardship, not success, and not struggle. When we truly understand this reality, we learn to value each moment more deeply. As the Buddha taught, health is life's greatest treasure. Contentment is the highest form of wealth, and trust is among the most meaningful connections we can cultivate. You can deepen this practice even further by directing gratitude toward another person. Think about someone who has encouraged you, offered support, shared wisdom, or simply stood beside you during a challenging season of life. Close your eyes and silently thank them. You may never express those words directly, yet the act of appreciation itself creates a positive shift within your own heart. Gratitude changes not only how we view others, but also how we experience ourselves. Ultimately, gratitude is much more than a morning exercise. It is a way of seeing the world. It has the power to transform ordinary moments into meaningful experiences and bring a quiet sense of sacredness to everyday life. Tomorrow morning, before the world begins asking for your attention, pause for a moment and ask yourself a simple question. What in my life is already enough? Allow appreciation to be the first light that enters your mind. When you do, you may discover that the entire day feels lighter, brighter, and more peaceful. Lesson 3. Energize your spirit through mindful movement. After calming your mind with conscious breathing and opening your heart through gratitude, there is one more important part of your morning waiting to be honored: your body. In Buddhist teachings, the body is not viewed as merely a vehicle carrying us through life. It is a sacred companion, reflecting our inner condition and offering a direct pathway to awareness and presence. The Buddha once reminded his followers, "When you walk, fully walk. When you sit, fully sit." One student wondered, if stillness helps cultivate awareness, why should movement matter? The Buddha responded with a gentle smile, because awareness does not belong only to moments of stillness. It travels with you in every breath, every movement, and every step you take. This is the essence of mindful movement. Its purpose is not to achieve perfection or push your body beyond its limits. It is not about performance or competition. Instead, it is about bringing full attention to the present moment while reconnecting with your physical self. Mindful movement creates harmony between mind and body. It transforms ordinary motion into a form of meditation. To practice this, dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each morning to gentle, intentional movement. After completing your breathing and gratitude rituals, you might stretch slowly, paying attention to the sensation of your muscles awakening. You might practice a few yoga poses with patience and awareness. You could simply stand tall, roll your shoulders backward, and notice tension gradually releasing from your body. The goal is not intensity. The goal is presence. As you move, focus on how your body feels rather than what it looks like. Notice each stretch, each breath, and each subtle sensation. Allow yourself to be fully engaged in the experience. When movement is paired with awareness, your body becomes more than something you use, it becomes something you truly listen to. And in that listening, you begin the day feeling not only physically refreshed, but mentally and emotionally aligned as well. Another beautiful way to begin your morning is by stepping outdoors and allowing yourself to connect with the world before it becomes busy. Take a slow walk beneath the soft colors of the early sky. Feel the solid ground supporting each step you take. Notice the cool air touching your face and the quiet rhythm of nature waking around you. As you move, bring your awareness completely into the present moment. Pay attention to the gentle expansion of your lungs as you breathe. Notice the way your muscles engage and release with every stretch. Feel the steady pattern of your footsteps as they meet the earth. When movement is approached with full awareness, even the simplest actions become a form of meditation. For generations, Buddhist practitioners have understood the profound connection between mindful movement and inner peace. Today, scientific research is confirming what these ancient teachings have long suggested. Just a few minutes of intentional movement each day can reduce stress, improve circulation, support cognitive function, and help regulate the nervous system. Practices such as yoga and Tai Chi have also been shown to increase flexibility while promoting emotional balance and reducing feelings of anxiety. Consider the story of Aaron, a successful professional whose mornings were dominated by rushing from one task to another. Before the day had properly started, he already felt mentally drained and physically depleted. During a meditation retreat, he was introduced to the concept of mindful movement. Initially, he dismissed it as something impractical for someone with a demanding schedule. However, curiosity eventually persuaded him to try. One morning, he stood quietly in his home, took a slow breath, and stretched upward with deliberate awareness. In that simple moment, he experienced something unexpected. He felt connected to himself in a way he hadn't for years. Encouraged by that experience, he began dedicating a few minutes each morning to gentle stretching before work. Over time, the difference became undeniable. His mind felt less cluttered. His stress became easier to manage, and his mornings developed a sense of stability that had previously been missing. Rather than treating his body as something secondary, he learned to view it as a valuable partner on his journey through life. You can begin with a simple exercise of your own. Stand comfortably wherever you are. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine your spine growing taller with each inhale. As you release the breath, allow any tension in your shoulders to dissolve. Now slowly lift your arms overhead. Feel the gentle stretch extending through your sides, chest, and ribs. Remain there for a few calm breaths, paying attention to the feeling of spaciousness within your body. When you're ready, lower your arms slowly and notice any warmth, relaxation, or renewed energy flowing through you. The beauty of mindful movement lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require complicated routines or intense effort. Even the smallest intentional movement can strengthen the connection between your body, mind, and spirit. Tomorrow morning, after centering yourself through conscious breathing and cultivating gratitude, give your body the attention it deserves. Allow every stretch, every step, and every movement to remind you that you are alive, present, and ready to meet the day with confidence, awareness, and grace. Lesson 4. Begin each day with a clear intention. Every sunrise offers an opportunity to start again. Each new morning arrives like a blank page, waiting for the story you will write through your choices, thoughts, and actions. Yet many people move through their days without a clear direction. They wake up and immediately react to emails, obligations, deadlines, and distractions. As a result, the day controls them instead of the other way around. Once you have steadied your mind through breathing, opened your heart through gratitude, and awakened your body through mindful movement, take a moment to focus inward. Ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Who do I want to be today? Notice that this question is different from asking what you need to accomplish. It shifts your attention away from tasks and toward character. Perhaps you want to bring patience into difficult conversations. Maybe you want to respond with kindness rather than frustration. Or perhaps you wish to remain calm and focused regardless of what challenges appear. An intention is not a checklist. It is a guiding principle. It is a conscious decision about the energy and attitude you choose to carry throughout the day. In Buddhist teachings, this practice reflects the principle known as right intention, one of the key elements of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right intention encourages us to act from wisdom, compassion, and awareness rather than allowing fear, anger, or confusion to direct our behavior. The practice itself can be wonderfully simple. You don't need lengthy affirmations or elaborate rituals. A single sincere statement can be enough. You might quietly say, "Today, I will approach others with kindness," or "I choose peace over reactivity," or "No matter what happens, I will remain grounded and steady." You can repeat your intention silently, speak it aloud, or write it in a journal. The method matters less than the sincerity behind it. There is a story about a novice monk who once asked his teacher, "How do I stay on the right path when life becomes difficult?" Rather than answering directly, the teacher handed him a lantern and said, "Light this every morning with purpose. Even when darkness surrounds you, its glow will help you find your way back to yourself." The lesson was simple yet profound. Intention acts like an inner light. It doesn't remove every obstacle, but it helps you navigate them with greater wisdom and clarity. Take Maya as an example. As an accountant, she often woke up already overwhelmed by responsibilities waiting for her. Her mornings were consumed by anxious thoughts, and the pressure followed her throughout the day. Eventually, she introduced a new habit. After her breathing exercises and gratitude practice, she would close her eyes and repeat a single sentence. "Today, I will carry peace within me." Day after day, she returned to those words. Gradually, her experience of life began to shift. Her workload didn't disappear. Unexpected challenges still arose. Yet she found herself responding differently. Instead of being swept away by stress, she remained connected to the intention she had chosen at the start of the day. That simple morning commitment became an anchor, helping her move through life with greater calm, resilience, and confidence. And perhaps most importantly, Modern neuroscience suggests there is real power in this practice. When we consciously set intentions, we influence the brain's attentional systems, making it more likely that our thoughts and actions align with the values we choose to focus on throughout the day. In other words, intention doesn't just inspire change, it helps create it. When you consciously choose an intention at the beginning of your day, something remarkable happens within your mind. Your brain begins working with that purpose. It activates a powerful filtering system that helps you notice opportunities, thoughts, and actions that align with what matters most to you. Instead of being pulled in every direction by distractions and external demands, you become more focused on the values and mindset you have chosen to cultivate. Starting this practice is simple. Take a comfortable seat and gently close your eyes. Draw in a slow, deep breath, then release it with ease. Ask yourself a meaningful question. What energy do I want to bring into this day? Perhaps the answer is patience. Maybe it is courage, compassion, confidence, joy, or presence. Whatever quality speaks to your heart, allow it to settle within you. Hold it quietly in your awareness, like a steady flame protected from the wind. There is no need to force it. Simply let it become your compass for the hours ahead. As the day unfolds, there will inevitably be moments when stress, distractions, or unexpected challenges try to pull you away from your center. When that happens, return to your intention. Let it remind you who you decided to be before the world demanded your attention. Beginning tomorrow, after your breathing practice, gratitude reflection, and mindful movement, dedicate a few moments to choosing your intention. Speak it softly. Write it in a journal, or simply carry it silently within your heart. That small act can become a powerful source of direction. It creates an inner light that helps guide your choices and keeps you connected to what truly matters, no matter what the day brings. Lesson 5. Nurture compassion before the world wakes up. By now, you have learned how to calm your thoughts through mindful breathing. Cultivate appreciation through gratitude. Energize your body with conscious movement and guide your actions with intention. There is one final practice that can transform the entire quality of your day. Compassion. In Buddhist wisdom, compassion goes far beyond sympathy. It is not merely feeling concern for someone else's struggles. It is the sincere desire for all beings to experience freedom from suffering, combined with a willingness to meet the world with kindness and understanding. Compassion recognizes a simple truth. Every person you encounter is carrying something you cannot see. Hidden fears, private battles, unspoken hopes, invisible wounds. An ancient story tells of a man who approached the Buddha consumed by anger. He hurled insults, spoke harshly, and acted with hostility. Rather than responding with resentment, the Buddha remained calm and composed. After listening quietly, he said, "I cannot accept what you are offering." The man was puzzled and asked what he meant. The Buddha replied, "If someone presents a gift and it is not received, who does the gift remain with?" The man answered, "The one who offered it." In the same way, the Buddha explained, anger that is not accepted remains with the person who gives it. That response, free from hostility or judgment, pierced through the man's rage more effectively than any argument could have. In that moment, the possibility of transformation was born. Compassion is often misunderstood. It does not mean allowing harmful behavior to continue unchecked, nor does it require ignoring wrongdoing. Instead, it means responding from wisdom rather than hatred, understanding rather than bitterness, and patience rather than impulsive reaction. And every act of compassion begins within our own hearts. A simple morning practice can help cultivate this quality. After completing your earlier rituals, sit quietly for a few moments and close your eyes. Bring to mind someone you love deeply. It could be a close friend, a family member, a mentor, or anyone whose well-being matters to you. Silently offer them these wishes. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live in peace. Pause and allow those words to carry genuine warmth. Next, think of someone toward whom you feel neutral. Perhaps it is a neighbor, a cashier, a co-worker, or someone you occasionally see but do not know well. Offer them the same wishes. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live in peace. Now comes the most powerful part. Bring to mind someone with whom you have experienced tension, disappointment, or conflict. This may feel uncomfortable, and that is perfectly natural. Yet this is where the practice begins to soften the barriers around the heart. Without excusing harmful actions or denying your feelings, offer the same blessing. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you live in peace. Finally, turn that kindness toward yourself. Take a slow breath and say, may I be safe. May I be healthy. May I live in peace. Within Buddhist tradition, this practice is often known as loving kindness meditation. It helps develop limitless compassion, genuine joy for others, emotional balance, and a deeper sense of connection with all life. As these qualities grow, fear gradually loses its grip, and inner stability begins to flourish. Modern psychology and neuroscience have uncovered evidence supporting what these teachings have emphasized for centuries. Acts of compassion stimulate the release of chemicals associated with connection, trust, and emotional well-being. They can reduce stress, strengthen resilience, and create a deeper sense of purpose. When compassion becomes part of our daily lives, people stop appearing as obstacles standing in our way. Instead, we begin to recognize them as fellow travelers, navigating the same uncertainties, hopes, and challenges that we face ourselves. Consider the experience of Samuel, an emergency physician whose work constantly exposed him to pain, urgency, and emotional strain. For years, he woke each morning preparing himself for another difficult day. The anticipation alone often filled him with tension. Eventually, he adopted a simple compassion ritual. Before leaving home, he would spend a few quiet moments sending thoughts of peace and protection to his patients, his co-workers, and finally to himself. The circumstances of his job remained demanding. The challenges did not disappear. Yet within a short period, he noticed a profound shift. His emotional resilience increased. He felt less overwhelmed. Compassion became a source of stability that helped him remain centered amid chaos. It became the steady ground beneath his feet. As you prepare for tomorrow morning, remember this: compassion is not merely another item to add to your routine. It is a way of relating to life itself. When you begin your day by extending kindness inward, you cultivate a quiet strength that influences every interaction, every decision, and every step you take. Your words become gentler. Your reactions become wiser. Your presence becomes more peaceful. And without even realizing it, you become someone who brings a little more light into a world that desperate. #conclusion. The quality of your mornings shapes the quality of your life. Each day presents a fresh opportunity to choose awareness over distraction, gratitude over lack, intention over reaction, and compassion over judgment. These practices may seem simple, but their power lies in consistency. Small actions repeated every morning gradually reshape the way you think, feel, and experience the world. The transformation you seek does not arrive all at once. It begins with a single breath, a single grateful thought, a single mindful step, a single intention, and a single act of kindness. And from those small beginnings, an extraordinary life can grow. Remember, lasting transformation rarely comes from dramatic changes. More often, it is the result of small, intentional actions repeated day after day. Every morning you choose presence over distraction, gratitude over complaint, and compassion over judgment. You strengthen the person you are becoming. Like water slowly shaping stone, these simple practices quietly reshape your mind, your habits, and ultimately there will be mornings when you feel inspired and mornings when you do not. There will be days when peace comes easily and days when challenges test your patience. That is part of the journey. The goal is not perfection. The goal is returning again and again to these practices with sincerity. Each time you return to your breath, reconnect with gratitude, or realign with your intention, you are taking another step toward greater wisdom, balance, and inner freedom. As the sun rises tomorrow, remember that a new beginning is already waiting for you. Before the noise of the world takes hold, give yourself the gift of a few mindful moments. Start your day with awareness, move through it with purpose, and meet others with kindness. When you do, you will discover that the peace you have been searching for is not somewhere in the future. It has been quietly waiting within you all along. As you carry these morning rituals into your daily life, from the first conscious breath you take at dawn to the final mindful moment of your morning routine, keep one truth close to your heart. Life was never meant to be lived in constant haste. Every sunrise offers a new opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to nourish not only your physical well-being, but also the deeper parts of your spirit. These habits may seem simple on the surface, yet their true power lies in their consistency. Practiced day after day, they have the ability to transform your perspective, helping you move through life with greater clarity, compassion, and purpose. Take a moment to imagine the impact of beginning each day from a place of calm rather than chaos. Imagine greeting the morning with gratitude instead of worry, intention instead of distraction, and awareness instead of autopilot. Over time, those quiet moments can become the foundation of a more peaceful and fulfilling life. When you start your mornings grounded in presence, the challenges of the day no longer control you in the same way. Instead, you meet them with steadiness, wisdom, and a heart that remains open to growth. If these teachings have inspired you and you feel called to continue exploring the path of mindfulness, inner peace, and Buddhist wisdom, be sure to follow Buddhism Insight and stay connected for future lessons. Turn on notifications so you can continue receiving guidance designed to help you cultivate a life of deeper meaning and awareness. And if this message resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who may need it today. A single insight can sometimes become the beginning of a profound transformation. Thank you for spending this time here. Until our paths cross again, may your mornings bring serenity, your days be guided by purpose, and your heart remain receptive to the quiet wonders that surround you each day.